We're with you.
There you go. Okay. This is the new 2014 Dodge Ram 1500, running a 5.7 Hemi V8 in it. The vehicle has just recently been converted from left-hand drive to right-hand drive. And I'm just going to run you through some of the features and give you an idea of what we've done to this conversion of the vehicle. So just having a look at it on the entry to the vehicle, we'll just start on some basic things like the controls, for example. So as you can see, the seat controls have been switched from left-hand side to right-hand side. Your memory positions have been put into the seat. We've also had to do a complete swap of all of the electrics from one seat to the other and passenger presence from one seat to the other. All the original controls are maintained. So the driver's seat has backwards, forwards, all the reclining features, plus up and down, which the passenger seat does not have. They both have lumbar support, and but only the driver's seat has the memory positions. And
the memory positions will come across.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So that's all we can come across. So we've brought that across. Now, another thing to take note of is we've swapped the controllers from one side to the other side. Mm-hmm. And the other thing that's really interesting about this is this vehicle works on a LIN bus controller, which means it's a data bus kind of an arrangement. All of these controls are run through one wire digitally. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what we've actually done is we've made up an electronic module which intercepts the signal, mm-hmm. and it reverses all of the controls. Because otherwise we bring this from that side to this side, and the left mirror controls the right mirror, and the right mirror controls the left mirror, and everything's wrong. And this window controls the drivers, and that controls the passengers. So what it does is it intercepts all those signals as soon as you press them, all the relevant signals, and it reverses it. So it's all done electronically. So it works beautifully, really works well. Now, if we just continue to have a look at this side of the vehicle, as you can see, the original flute vents have been retained, and they do operate. They have air that flows through those when it's on demisting mode. All the original vents have been retained. The dash is new. The dash top is new. We stitched the dash top. The dash is all new. We don't cut and shut any dashes. They're all made to fiberglass products. We make a new surround. We retain the original under tray for the driver's side, and we put a footrest down. And I'll just get some light on the subject down there, just so we can have a quick look. As you can see down there, we fit a footrest. We take the big hump out of the floor. Originally, this has a really big transmission hump in the floor that Dodge puts in there. We cut that out, and we put a new floor panel in. If you can actually get under here a little bit, you'll be able to see that we put all new sewn insulation all on the firewalls and under the carpets to make the vehicle very, very quiet. The other thing we do is that we have to cut the carpet for it to fit because everything's been changed. But as you can see, we stitch all the edges of the carpet so it fits really nicely and looks really neat, and the manufacturers don't even do that. If you could actually get up under here, you'll be able to see that all of this, the wiring looms are all braided. So we braid all the wiring looms, so it gives it a really, really nice finish, is what it does. What we'll do is we'll move around. Actually, before we do that, I'll get you just to go to the other side, and we can just run through the controls in the center. Okay, so we've retained all of the original center controls. We've moved the transmission selector from left-hand side to right-hand side. That involves removing this outer shroud, cutting it, putting new inserts in, finishing it off, and repainting it. So we have to repaint all of this so that we can actually fit this from one side to the other. And it's just one of those things that has to be done so that you can have the transmission control on the right side. Mm-hmm. If we have a look at the dash up here, that's, so you can see it's got the original, it's got a new airbag cover, and we've made that suit that's running on tether straps, so when the airbag deploys it blows the cover out. Mm-hmm. Now the upper, we retain the original, we keep the function of the upper glove box. It's been one of the hardest things in our conversion is this upper glove box. But the upper glove box is all fully functional. As you can see, we're making a new insert, we're making a new lid, we make all the
All
new
this is
parts.
new.
All of this is new. The only part that's been retained is that assembly only, just that part, but everything else is new because the original stuff just does not work on this side of the vehicle. We retain the original glove box, but that's about the only thing that we retain. Now, if you have a look underneath, you'll see that we've got a drip tray and a cover, so it looks very, very neat under the passenger side of the dash there. Everything's hidden, and that's actually a polished fiberglass tray, which allows for the double redundancy in case there's any leaks in heater boxes and things like that. The water can exit or condensation can exit out of the vehicle. All of our ducting on this vehicle is all polished and has insulation over all.
Where
the
does that
ducting.
exit then?
Out through the firewall.
Out through,
Yep.
right.
Okay. A really fantastic feature of this conversion is that the actual evaporator from the heater box can be removed within around 15 minutes and replaced through the engine bay of the vehicle. We actually do not have to remove the dash and the heater box to remove it. All our conversions on our trucks, I've made it a feature of our trucks that we can change evaporators in under 20 minutes on any vehicle. Normally it'd be a 2 or 3 day job because normally the entire interior has to come out, dash has to come out, heater box has to come out. They have to disassemble the heater box, which is very difficult on a converted heater box because generally they're glued together. So we've made ours that you can just simply take out 6 bolts from the firewall side, slide it all out, put a new one in, put it back in, and it's done. So this vehicle actually has that feature on it.
Right.
But we've actually managed to retain all of the factory look of the original conversion. We've put a lot of time and development into getting this conversion absolutely perfect. And
it's pretty similar to the 2500, isn't
exactly
it?
the same as
And you've been doing quite a few of those.
Oh, we've
anyway.
done hundreds of them, and that's our key vehicle at the moment for what we're converting. So yeah, it really is a.
But this is a first really for the European market.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. The steering on this vehicle, this vehicle runs an electric steering rack in it. So what we've decided to do on this one was we've cross shafted this vehicle. We've run bevel boxes and cross shafting, and that we've managed to retain the original electronic steering rack without any modification and transfer the energy for steering from right hand to left hand, and that's worked very, very successfully.
That's very good because the interface, the Chrysler interface for service, then is not affected as well.
Not at all. So it's all original, and it means that if you needed a replacement rack, you can actually replace it straight from Chrysler itself, and then not that expensive. So what we'll do now is we'll just have a quick look at the under the bonnet of the vehicle and just explain a few of the things we've done on the conversion.
Sure.
Okay, under the bonnet of the vehicle, we have switched the wipers, the windscreen wipers, from left to right, so they operate as they should for a right-hand drive vehicle. We've modified all the wiper scuttle, and we've used inserts for the centre position of the windscreen wipers, the right-hand side windscreen wiper, and on the other side where it used to be, we have a fill-in panel on the far left-hand side scuttle. We've retained the original windscreen wipers, and the arms themselves have been cut and modified and aluminium welded, and we've retained them so that we're using original parts. That's worked very, very successfully, and we never have any problems with all of that. We leak test all of the vehicles, so we really douse them with a lot of water for a considerable amount of time to make sure that we don't have any problems. All of our brake lines, as you can see, with the yellow and the black braiding, they all get braided. Air conditioning hoses get braided. Any replacement hose gets braided on the vehicle, and that's just for A, it's aesthetically very, very good. B, we never have problems with the parts with vibration, and it really protects the hoses and the pipes very well. Now, just as a feature, we haven't hooked up the final air conditioning lines just so that we could show you. That's the evaporator. Now that evaporator comes straight, and we can actually remove that evaporator very simply. If you stay there, I can demonstrate to you. This panel sits up, that will come all the way up. If you have a look behind here, you'll see it's got screws. Those screws, you undo those screws and then the whole evaporator slides out. And then you can slide a new evaporator in and you're done. And that's
a lot simpler than on the left-hand drive vehicle.
Oh, absolutely.
You'd have to approach it from the inside.
It's far more simple than any manufacturer has ever produced. Now, I'm actually amazed that nobody has actually produced a system that works that well. The other thing with our heater box, we put a lot of time and effort into making sure that our flow rates are absolutely perfect, because it's very critical to have good air conditioning on these vehicles. We've actually increased our velocity, air velocity to the passenger from 5 meters a second up to 7.5 meters a second. We've also managed to keep that air velocity when you're going from cold to hot as well. Generally, the original box, as soon as you went from cold to hot, because of the direction of flow of the air through the heater box, you'd lose a lot of velocity out, and we've actually managed to make sure that doesn't happen, so we retain that very well.
Right.
Look, these are quite simple as far as conversion goes under the bonnet. It's just new air conditioning pipes. It's braiding all of the hoses that we fit to the vehicle. We end up with a very, very nice finish. We make a heater box that marries to a firewall so that we can actually install it and you can have that accessibility for the evaporator. As you can see, the booster's been moved across to the right-hand side over there, and that's a new steel firewall on that side that's been mono-riveted and sealed and painted. And then obviously we also put this really nice sewn insulation on the firewalls, as you can see. It's got the Dodge Ram logo on it down there. We put that insulation in on the inside, and we put it on the outside of the vehicle. Where it needs to be heat critical with exhaust temperatures and things like that, we use special fabrics to be able to take the additional temperature. What we have found is that our vehicles are slightly quieter than the original vehicles, so they're a real pleasure to drive. Yeah, they're fantastic. So we end up with a very, very nice conversion on these vehicles, and like our other vehicles too, on this side here, we install this mirror wedge to kick the mirror around so that you can get better visibility from the driver's seat. Otherwise you just don't get the adjustment that you need. What else have we got on this?